Cobble, Liam Shanahan.
What's up, Liam? Thanks for coming back and doing this. Zach just told us that the freshman quarterbacks are getting all the snaps with the ones and that they're splitting up the time, so you don't have to worry about breaking any news there. But just how has it been working with them and having the extra week to prepare and work with them? I don't know if you're ready or not.
Yeah, it's been good working with them. Honestly, they're both really talented, young, motivated players, and they've been impressive. Really throughout the whole summer. When I first got here, they're always in here working, throwing extra routes, getting receivers to come in and work with them. Obviously hope for the best that Miles will be able to go, but if not, like they're both proving to me that they're ready to step up and embrace the challenge. And if Miles can't go, I'd be excited to see what they could do too. So.
Hey, Liam, this is Shay Dixon with 24/7 Sports. How would you describe both Max and TJ, just the type of player they are?
Yeah, so they're both really talented. I personally think. They are a little bit different. Max, I would say, runs the ball a little bit better. He's more of a dual threat guy. But TJ is really good in the pocket. He has a really impressive arm. They both have a ton of upside, and it's going to be a good battle between them for this week. To see what happens if Miles can't go. So.
Hey Liam, obviously Coach O mentioned you guys have been, putting a lot of effort into trying to make some improvements on the goal line and on third downs as well. Can you just kind of go over maybe some of the things that maybe you guys have noticed last week on how to improve in kind of both of those areas?
Yeah, we every single practice we've been putting in like short yardage and goal line periods. We put in a couple new plays to try to help us out in those situations, and really just repping it out and getting used to it. It's definitely made practices a little more challenging, but it's definitely something that we need to be working on, and I think it's good for us as a football team.
Yeah, to kind of build on that, Coach Ogeron said that a lot of the goal was to, if their young quarterbacks have to play, the running game will really have to step up. I guess just kind of, what do you think the running game really needs to improve on it?
We just got to keep working and trying to progress as an offensive line, and kind of making sure, especially if it is the young guys in there, knowing that it puts more on us and that we have to do an even better job establishing the run game to really let them settle in and be comfortable playing back there. So.
And Liam, I know this was your first year too, but through the summer you mentioned that time with Max Johnson, TJ Finley. What are they like? I mean, in the huddle, did you ever get a chance to work with them in the ones? I mean, what are they like on the field and experiencing it?
I hadn't really worked with them directly before last week, but that's another thing that extra week last week. If one of them does have to play this week, that could be a blessing in disguise, giving them extra time to prepare and be a part of the first unit. But they're both impressive. They don't seem like they're afraid of the challenge or the stepping up to the big stage. They're both impressive leaders. And their work ethic has really impressed me. So we'll see what happens with the two of them this week if they have to play, but I'm confident. So.
Did their personalities kind of come out yet? I mean, how would you describe them?
Yeah, definitely. Max is probably a little more shy than TJ, but they're both. I'm also a shy kid, I would say. So I've been kind of blossoming into the same kind of experience as them, but they're both awesome. So.
As a center, when you're working with more than one quarterback during the week to prepare, what kind of adjustments do you have to make? And do you have to make any adjustments because they're young guys and freshmen?
Yeah, I mean, just with them being young and not having been around around college football for that long, I've been trying to work with them, and I met with all the quarterbacks yesterday, and I'm planning on trying to do that throughout the rest of the week. Just so we're all on the same page with protection checks and whatnot. And it makes it more important for me to kind of, with Miles potentially not playing, I need to do everything I can to help out the younger quarterbacks so they can really focus on making plays and just making their life easier.
Hey Liam, Jacques from WAFB here in Baton Rouge. The first play, I think it was the second half of Missouri, you run a rushing play and it just kind of looked easy, and Tyron goes for 24 yards. I know it wasn't easy, but is that kind of the frustrating thing? It looks like it can be there if just if everyone does their job, you guys can really click like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, against Missouri, we weren't getting a ton of great running looks, which is why we were throwing the ball a lot. But that being said, the opportunities that we did get to run the football, especially early in the game, we have to do a good job establishing that we will have a good running game. Just to go give Coach E confidence in us going forward throughout the game, and yeah, we have a good unit. I really do believe that we have a good, strong unit. And this past week, this extra week that we had last week, we really tried to get back to the fundamentals in the run game and going back to kind of the day one stuff and just making sure we have that right going forward.
Hey Liam, Zach had talked about how the team was still getting used to learning how to prepare for a game because it was so young. What do you think about how the team prepares now as your first year in, and also how much did the extra week help with learning how to prepare for a game?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a young team. Not me. I mean, I've had experience playing college football, so I feel like I know kind of what it takes, and I have like my own routine that I like to do week to week just to really get to know the team we're playing and the schemes that we're trying to run and whatnot. But it's something that you got to learn, and a lot of the guys in this team they're coming along, and you know, we're going to try to put kind of more emphasis on that going forward, and really make sure that everybody knows how important it is to be in your iPad, watching film, just making sure that we have the advantage from like mentally going into the games every week. So.
Hey Liam, this is Shay again with 24/7. Forgive my ignorance if it's a dumb question, but I guess center and quarterback exchanges are obviously paramount, and y'all run shotgun a good bit. But does it help that those guys are also big guys like Miles is, or does that adjust at all when and another 6'4" or something like that?
I mean, it's a good, I guess, that they're the same size. I will say, I guess sometimes when I'm in practice and one of the equipment managers is catching our snaps, it's sometimes I feel like they might sail a little high just because they're not tall guys, but yeah, it's good. So.
Okay, we'll wrap up with Brody and Brooks.
Hey, and you know, Coach Orgeron also said last week, he talked a lot about asking, you know, the defense to simplify, but he also said, he told Coach Ensminger to simplify a little bit. So was there a need also for the offense to simplify, and what would that kind of look like?
I guess just with potentially having younger quarterbacks playing this week, if Miles can't go, the simpler for them, I'm sure the easier it will be. And something that I kind of hope is that we'll be able to lean back on the run game a little bit more than we have. Which we talked about earlier, but you know, the simpler the better. I think we have a lot of talent on our team. We have guys who can make plays on both sides of the ball. So just the easier that we make it on them, the more plays they'll be able to make.
You know, along that, you know, the goal line situations there. I mean, is the simpler part? I mean, I don't know, the review of an offensive line just getting pushed on the goal line. I don't know. Is that something that reviewed after that goal line situation against Missouri?
Yeah, I mean, just got to get more push. You know, I think some of the new stuff that we put in is going to be really helpful if we're in that situation again, and just the time that we've had in practice. You know, repping goal line plays and these short yardage plays. I think that's going to be useful for us going forward.
Awesome. Thank you, Liam. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.